Serpentium 7 here. It is July 28th, 2011, and I just wanted to bring something to everybody's attention here. Now, this is the globalresearch.ca, and I was doing a search for ELEnin, and I just came across this, but I wanted to point this out because it ties in with other things that are happening this year, and I guess around starting next month and throughout fall. Okay. Alright, now, Pentagon to deploy 20,000 troops inside the U.S. to curb potential civil unrest by Shepard Ambellis and Alex Thomas. Okay, it basically says down here, in 2008, the Pentagon announced plans to deploy a 20,000 strong internal troop force inside the continental United States. That was set to be trained by 2011, thus dovetailing into the current troop and equipment movements around the country, reported by truckers, as well as many more troop sightings by everyday citizens. And just talks about the study here. They call it an SPF, wondering if it's necessary, and then they kind of conclude that it would be necessary for civil unrest, but it doesn't say what would cause it. So they kind of leave it open, saying here, it is openly admitted that the internal force will be used to quell civil unrest due to massive large-scale terror attacks and or economic collapse. In other words, it's for in case of something, is what they're saying. Will the powers that be stage a repeat of the martial law threats to Congress that they presented back in 2008 to get the bailouts passed, to get the debt ceiling raised now? And it has a few videos here I'm not going to play, but like I said, I gave you info. You can find this and play the videos if you want. It's Brad Sherman here, and he's talking about how martial law, basically what I said, okay? They talk about implementing it, and he talks about how it's fear-mongering, even though he's another relayer of the fear. Alright, and then down here continuing. Many people have voiced fears that this will turn our country into a total militarized police state, wondering what will happen in the future once the sheeple are conditioned to the military roaming the streets in America. Others have speculated that this announcement directly coincides with all of the pre-positioning of troops, equipment, and no-TAM, no-fly zones throughout the United States over the last few months. And then here's an RT clip. It basically just reporters talking about what I just said and asking people their opinions on the streets, and the people are kind of dumbfounded and blah blah blah. In other words, it doesn't sit right with anybody. Some have speculated that this is the beginning phases of Rex 84. Okay, you've heard Alex Jones talk about that. I have, anyways. But you can find more out about that. Look up Alex Jones or something and type that in. Rex 84, Readiness Exercise 1984, being activated due to a catastrophic event that is yet to take place. Could this event be a threat from afar? NASA seems to think so. NASA recently released a warning to all employees regarding living near large bodies of water that seemed rather suspicious. And you can find this video anywhere on YouTube. Just type in NASA warning and you'll pull it right up. But NASA basically sent out this video to their employees telling them pretty much that it's a good idea to be prepared for any type of disaster. And like it says here, to all employees regarding living near large bodies of water. Okay. So, hint, hint, maybe, but see for yourself, look it up, and see what you think about that. I'm not going to say what I think. What seems even more suspicious is the fact that the White House was prompted by NASA late last year that there was a threat from outer space now facing the nation, and a deflection campaign would need to be implemented. This document was signed by Eric P. Holdren. Familiar name, huh? The White House document was released October 15, 2010, a few months prior to the so-called discovery of Comet C2010X1 ELEnin, discovered by Leonid ELEnin with an 18-inch telescope. I just have to laugh every time. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's just funny. The strange thing is that only a select few sources worldwide have seen the object, a few of which we trace back to DARPA directly. So DARPA, you can look up DARPA. They have a lot of high-end technology. It appears the ELEnin is some type of advanced warning system used in conjunction with NASA's JPL for the elites, upper echelon military, and people in the know to decipher upcoming Earth changes, events prompted by another object classified that has entered our solar system. Could they be talking about Comet Honda or Comet Levy. There has been many documented Earth changes that have taken place on or near ELENin's alignment dates. When ELEnin is in alignment with other objects, that means stop here. That means that when ELEnin lines up with the Sun and Earth in a line, that is causing seismic activities. That and or Mercury, Venus, or any other planet alignment. Each one seems to indicate that there's seismic activity. I used to be skeptical of that, but I'm coming more and more around to believing that. The JP orbital diagram and data seems to be fictitious and reverse engineered into some type of advanced encrypted database for the upcoming event anticipated. I wish they would explain more on that. I don't know about that. ELEnin, according to some researchers, stands for Extinction Level Event, Notable Impact November. I've heard people say Notable Impact Nemesis. And also, encoded into the name is 11-9, like November 9th. And Leonid is a meteor shower that peaks in November. Excuse me. This also ties in with the massive gearing up of underground bases worldwide at a rapid rate and mass graves for U.S. citizens, which were exposed worldwide on March 25th, 2009 on the Alex Jones Show by Shepard and Bellis. Anyways, you can look up Alex Jones and Fema coffins, and it'll pull right up. On November 9th, 2011, the Earth will supposedly cross the threshold of the debris tail of ELEnin on the same plane, assuming ELEnin is a real object that would be catastrophic. However, this, according to our sources as well as independent researchers, is some sort of military code, and ELEnin is not a physical object. I disagree. I believe ELEnin is an object. If ELEnin is not a real object, we might be expecting a major Earth change, a solar event caused by another space object, possibly 2005 Yu55. Those of you that do not know what 2005 Yu55 is, check out my last video. Okay, just to repeat here. A solar event caused by another space object, possibly 2005 Yu55, or a staged attack. So they seem to always implement a staged attack, or now they're implementing as well an outside threat from outer space. Maybe possible. Well, more than maybe, I guess. We must also be open to the idea that this is all a psyop for an event that the elites are going to purposely cause and blame on ELEnin. And this reminds me of a video I saw, and I don't remember who did the video, I'm sorry, but in the video they talk about the countdown to the debt ceiling, or the debt bill to be passed, and they say in the video, or implement, that it could be some sort of Illuminati or elitist countdown that they only know what it's for, some countdown to something they only understand. And it's interesting that the writer of this would also kind of throw that out there like it's some sort of countdown or psyop. That's a kind of interesting subject, but until I get good evidence on that, I don't believe it. It is equally important to take into consideration the Fema FCC takeover drill happening on November 9th, 2011, the very same day that Asteroid 2005 Yu55 threatens to hit Earth and or the Moon. It seems almost surreal that this information all lines up the way it does, and is still currently under a full-scale investigation by this intel hub here. And I like the way that they do bring it together, and it is very interesting that all this stuff is coming together. I mean, gee whiz, man. I mean, what's going to happen out of all these things? Which is fake, or what if all or none are fake? Who knows? I guess just keep looking up. I guess if we see Honda, I guess that could be the clarification that they are coming. So, like I say, if you don't know what 2005 Yu55 is, check out my last video. Also talks about Comet Honda a little bit. But now I guess I kind of do understand why the focus on ELEnin. ELEnin is a mysterious thing. Levy and Honda are identified as comets, but ELEnin, wow, what a shroud of mystery surrounding that. Well, that's my report for now, but like I said, keep looking up and keep looking out. Serpentium 7 out.